You can hear just the anguished screams and whimpering coming from the inside of the dilapidated house. Someone is being actively tortured in there. Listen. Oh my god. That's horrible. There's like a sequel to Saw happening in there right now. But we can't get in the door. It's blocked. There's no way in. Wait a minute. This looks promising. An old bed frame. Wait a minute. There's a drawer attached. I'll just open this and... nothing inside. Thanks, Aya. No. Looking at the map, the room we're in now adjoins the dilapidated house. And along the adjoining wall is this giant wardrobe with weird scratch marks on the doors. And it's been bolted into place. God, it's right on the other side of the wall. This woman is being... like her teeth are being pulled out one by one. So what do we need to do here? If you had something to remove the bolts. We need something to remove the bolts. And it's an emergency! A woman is being actively butchered in the next room. We need to get in there. Okay, well, you know what? First of all, did that trigger combat? No, looks like the monsters haven't respawned in yet. No problem. I mean, guy owns the junkyard garage right next door. He's bound to have some tools we can use, right? So all we gotta do is go there, get some tools, come back here, take the bolts off the dresser, move it aside. Then we get the dilapidated house and save what's left of that crying woman. If there is anything left, because this is a very simple 18-step process getting into that house. It's fine. Well, sorry to interrupt your nap time, homeboy. Ah, enjoy your damage. Fall over, son. Get pooped on. It's always just a crapshoot whether or not I can actually get out of the way of those guys because of the tank controls. It can be difficult to tell what direction you're facing sometimes on some of these maps. And because the tank controls, the D-pad does not correlate to where you're moving on the screen, if you can't actually see Aya because there's, say... I forget, which door do I go through here? Yeah, I go through the garage into the junkyard. If you can't actually see Aya because there's some... if like a monster standing in front of her or she's obscured by something in the map, then your forward direction can be a little in the wind, so to speak. Like it can be difficult to tell at a glance. Not to mention the low poly count, like the front of Aya kind of looks the same as the back of Aya. If she's standing way, way in the back of a map, it can be really difficult to tell. The reason we have to go back here and talk to Douglas is because if you go to the garage and try to take the tools, Aya says, I probably shouldn't take Douglas's tools without asking, even though a woman's being tortured in the dilapidated house. So you gotta go to Douglas and ask permission to use his tools. And he tells you, go to the garage and take the tools. But you have to come here and ask him for it. Aya can't just poke her head in the garage, swipe a tool, and be on her way. And the whole time there's a woman screaming in that house right now. Blood-curdling screams are happening. And... okay, monsters still haven't spawned back in yet. We're still good. We should have a straight shot. So, yeah, that's just the game's contrivance for having you double back over these maps a couple more times each. Go to the trailer, go to the house, go back to the trailer. So, the garage is now at our disposal. And if you've asked him for permission, she says, I'm sure he won't mind. Like, that's not what you would say if somebody gave you permission to use your stuff. You would say, like, oh, here's the wrench that he said I could use. I'm sure he won't mind is something you would say to yourself if you pick up a wrench that you need to save a woman's life. I wonder if part of that got lost in the translation somewhere. Which door do I need to go out? I need to go out this door here. Okay, right around the table. But now that we have the wrench, we can go remove the bolt, slide away the dresser, get into the dilapidated house, save the tortured woman's life, nothing but net. So that's what I mean by adventure game logic. Like, that's... Everything has to be made 2 or 3 times more complicated than it would be if this were a real situation. I mean, if this were a real situation, Aya could just break down the door. But no, that's not going to happen. Or like going through a front window or something. You can't tell me that she can't find something in her car to break a window with. But the puzzle solution is at hand. We're almost there. We are 80% of the way into the dilapidated house. Oh good, she's still screaming. She has not been murdered horribly in the time it took us to run across town and back. Thank goodness. Monkey the wrench, Aya. Monkey it on up. That was a horrible monkey wrench sound, I gotta say. The sound design on that monkey wrench could use some work. Dresser was covering a big hole in the wall. How about that? So, technically, Aya moved this big dresser without really knowing why she was doing it. I mean, it makes sense in retrospect, but from Aya's point of view, what leads her to believe there's going to be a giant hole in the wall behind that dresser? Absolutely nothing. It's just a video game contrivance. Alright, who's doing all that screaming? Some people are trying to sleep out here. Oh, it's her. Well, damn it. If only we'd gotten here sooner. I remember this. Freak of nature. Alright, Mr. Not Psycho Manus. He also has a gunblade. Battle of the Gunblades. But mine's better, just because, I had to use the power of the internet to get mine. If I'm really lucky, I can just one-shot this guy. Well, she wasn't going to kill you, she was trying to interrogate you. But okay. That's how you want to be. Well, so much for the one-shot. There we go. There's the one-shot. Beautiful! He's actually a really, really hard boss. If you don't have something to one-shot him with. His attacks do a lot of damage. He can set you on fire, which is no fun. Uh-oh. I remember this happened in the first game, these little memory spasms, and nothing good came out of it. But it looks like looks like our Gunblade friend is finished at long last. And we still get the experience and the bips. Oorah! Is it story time? Is it cutscene time? I'm hearing hospital beeps. That must mean it's cutscene time. Hmm? Whoa! And now the little girl's face is full of broken glass. How awful. I could have saved her in time too, but she was behind like 8 different doors that need monkey wrenches to get through. Which means I've got to run all around town getting permission from 8 different NPCs to use said wrenches. Science has finally built a glass-proof little girl. At long lasts. Technology has finally overtaken Mother Nature. Glorious. I wonder if the full moon means there are were creatures out there, like where mitochondria is now in effect. And is it just me, or is Kyle kind of drunkenly staggering around the room? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Listen, your arm was just a little on fire. You startled me, that's all. See, I didn't even leave burns. That's not a gun blade. Where's your gun blade? What did you do with it? Let's get out of this pre-rendered CG nonsense and get back to the gun blade. Back where things make sense. There it is. That's more like it. Thank God. Yeah, why are there question marks? We know it's Kyle. Let's not have a discussion about how I just lit his arm on fire. Let's just pretend that didn't happen and move on with our lives. He burned alive. He's a pile of just seared and molten flesh stacked in the middle of the room. Interestingly, he doesn't leave his gunblade behind as course of the regular story. His gunblade, I guess, melts or something? I don't know. It disappears. Cool, I'll drive. You can ride in the trunk. With all my ammo. With all of my infinite bullets. Okay, so yeah, that was a pretty tough boss fight, and of course we have no chance to save, and of course monsters respawn everywhere, and of course, it's an escort mission where we have Kyle. There's a door, isn't there? Can I just get out of here? I think. It's so hard to see. It's nighttime now. Oh yeah, I'm pointed towards the door. That's cool. It's all good. There we go. Unlatch the door. So now I get to the dilapidated house from the gas station area if I wanted to. First of all, Kyle actually, it's not really an escort mission. Kyle can take care of himself. Yeah, you can just kind of see him out there doing his business. He can't do no 180 damage with his shotgun. He doesn't have a shotgun, he has a pistol. But I don't think I've ever actually seen Kyle die during these little battles here. So I was kind of jumping the gun a little bit when I said escort mission. It's really not. It's really not. Ugh, these guys again. Ah, see, Kyle got that one. Good job, Kyle. Did you just point your gun? No, don't. He's pointing his gun at me. I think he's going to betray me. I think we need to deal with Kyle. No? Okay, fine. I'm calling it now, though. He's totally going to betray us. He's gonna get all kinds of cane high wind on us to the gas station, which should be right through here. So you can actually let Kyle do some of the heavy lifting during these scenes in a normal game. And the gremlins got my Pontiac. Son of a biscuit. And I mean, those are literal gremlins. Those are actually gremlins from the hit 1990 movie. 1990? I don't know what year the movie came out. Somebody fed these fools after midnight, and then they destroyed my car. And now dozens and dozens of them are spawning. Welp. Ugh. It's a sad day. Yeah, FBI agent running around in hot pants, denim jacket, and go-go boots. Seems legit. Sure, we'll take a recovery too. I don't know. Any ideas? You know what? We're gonna ask Douglas if we can haul off in his truck, but I think for now I'm gonna go back up to my room and let the people at Mist know that it's kind of gone sideways a little bit. Oh, okay. I knew he was there because I saw the HP 200 marker. These fools were gonna plasma. Listen, it takes skill to swat a giant mosquito out of the air with a gun blade. If you've never tried it, there's a little bit of finesse involved there. There's a little bit of a little bit of dexterity is required. I have a hard enough time knocking a mosquito out of the air with a fly swatter, let alone a bladed weapon with a revolver on it. Can I get... No, I guess... Can't get to my room without fighting the gremlins. These guys I can shoot when they're down at my feet. I wonder why. It's way back here. You know what? You know what we're gonna do, then? We'll give the gunblade a rest for a minute. And just burn him. And just burn him. Roasted gremlin for dinner. Yeah, let's go call Mist. Let them know that things have gone a little bit tits up here. But we have a new lead. We're going to go out to this bomb shelter out in the Mojave with my new boyfriend, and it's going to be just a beautiful time. Hello? Oh, it's Jody. Can I talk to the boss? Can I talk to somebody with actual authority up there? Pacing like a bear at the zoo? That's a weird metaphor. Okay. Well, can we get to the point where I can save my game, or... Yes, we're going out to the shelter. We're heading out there as soon as I save my game here. Yes. Alright, kids. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back in the next episode of Parasite Eve 2, where I'm going to steal an old man's truck. An old man with a lot of guns. A lot of guns. Shoutouts to McLean for sponsoring this video, and to everyone who makes this channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.